and the whole world is on your case. I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When evening shadows and the stars appear, there is no one there to dry your tears. I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. And I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. 'Cause I've known it from the moment that we met. There's no doubt in my mind where you belong. I go hungry, I go black, I go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. The storms are raging on the rolling sea, and on the highway of the winds and change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. I go to the ends of the earth for you to make you feel my love. To make you feel my love.
Okay, so to be honest, I would honestly rather sing for the next 2 minutes than have to speak to all of you, because I'm not very good with public speaking, so see, I'm shaking now. I wasn't shaking a minute ago when I came up here with a microphone, because it's my comfort zone, but we're going to get through this together. A year ago, when I stepped onto this stage, I had no idea how greatly my life was about to change. And as someone who had never competed in a pageant before, I was completely overwhelmed. I vividly remember walking into this theater for orientation on January 28, 2012, surrounded by beautiful young women who were all seasoned pros. I immediately felt like a fish out of water. I did manage to survive rehearsal, however, thanks to the kindness of my fellow competitor, Lindsay Hansen. You may know her better as my co-crown, Miss Tri-Cities. She very, very patiently led me through a crash course in pageantry on the wings of this very stage. And as the evening drew to an end, I felt as if I had just finished playing the lead role in Shakespeare's Comedy of Errors, well, pageant style. Walking onto this stage for the crowning ceremony, I remember thinking something along the lines of, let's just get this over with so I can go bury my sorrows in a cheeseburger. I just knew that there was no way I would be leaving here with a title. Well, we all know how that night turned out, and in my mind, it is nothing short of a miracle that I was crowned Miss Bristol 2012. The day after Madison, Lindsay, and I were crowned, Krishna brought us all together for a meeting where she laid down her expectations for the upcoming months as we would prepare for Miss Tennessee. And at that point, I didn't even know what the 4 points of the Miss America crown stood for, let alone the responsibilities of Miss Tennessee. Words like bus dress, mock interview, and nutritionist had my mother and myself feeling a little overwhelmed, to say the least. But with the help of an amazingly dedicated director and a fabulous team of support, In a matter of months, I was transformed into a true competitor ready for the Miss Tennessee stage. That being said, I would now like to thank those who made my success at Miss Tennessee possible. Thank you to Paige at Joann's for helping me find the perfect swimsuit and talent gown. And thank you to Trisha by Trisha's by Design for a stunning custom evening gown. Thank you so much to Bobby Marie for the perfect eating plan and workout regime that helped me attain a rockin' Miss Tennessee ready body. Thank you, Lisa Proctor, for helping my makeup look flawless and fresh on the Miss Tennessee stage. Thank you, Kaylee, for your help with perfecting my swimsuit and evening gown walk. You all know how hard that was for her. And also, thank you for helping me choose the perfect talent song to sing at Miss Tennessee. Winning talent on the first night of preliminaries was such an amazing and rewarding feeling. Thank you so, so much to my amazing director, Krishna Goodwin, and of course, Jim too. It is impossible to list all that you have done for my co-crowns and myself. Thank you for your support, your guidance, your brutal honesty, and at the end of it all, your love. The girls who will become Christmas girls tonight are in for a wonderful and eventful ride. They will be in incredibly capable and caring hands. Lastly, thank you to my mother. You have always been my biggest cheerleader. The countless hours you spent driving me to voice, dance, piano lessons have somehow brought us to this arena. Our life together has not been an easy one, and our relationship has sometimes suffered at the expense of our circumstances. But at the end of the day, I want you to know how much I appreciate the sacrifices you've made for me. I will never be able to put into words how thankful I am for, as you've always said, the cards that God has dealt us. I would not be the strong woman that stands here in front of you today if it weren't for you. I love you, Mom. With the aid of all of those wonderful people, I didn't walk into orientation at Miss Tennessee feeling like a fish out of water. I walked in with the confidence that God had brought me there for a reason. I put my faith in Him, and I gave every day back to the one who gave up everything for me. On the final night of Miss Tennessee, as I heard my name being called for second runner-up, I looked up and I thanked God first and foremost. As I watched Chandler deservingly receive the title of Miss Tennessee 2012, I remember thinking of Jeremiah 29:11, in which it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." As I sat down to write my farewell, this verse came to me yet again. I would never have imagined a year ago that my life would look the way that it does today, but that is why God is so amazing. He has plans for my life and each of our lives that we cannot possibly fathom. As Miss Bristol, I truly saw God work in incredible ways in my life, and I'm not sure what my life will look like a year from now, but Jeremiah 29:11 reminds me that I need not be afraid. Before I became involved with the Miss America organization, I had built up so many ideas of where my future was headed. However, the past year as Miss Bristol, in that year, my perspective has changed drastically. In many ways, I had forgotten who really was in control. But God always has a way of reminding us that our personal agendas in life are so futile. He holds the perfect plan, and I'm hopeful and so excited to see where God will take me from here. I'm sure that I will be in for a whole new set of incredible surprises. Thank you all very much.
Now, of course, I start crying now that I got flowers.
And now, please welcome to the stage Lindsay Hanson.